Unity of Islam aspired to a single human society in which secular institutions such as the state would have no significant role. In such a society, there would be political interaction, but no requirement for the diplomatic missions between one independent ruler and another. Theoretically, since non-Muslim states eventually would accept the message of Islam, the need for the diplomatic exchanges between them and the Islamic community also would be purely temporary. In practice, however, diplomatic missions, both to other Muslim states and to non-Muslim states, existed from the time of the Prophet. And early Islamic rulers and jurists developed an elaborate set of protections and rules to facilitate the exchange of missionaries. As Muslims came to dominate vast territories in Africa, Asia, Europe, and they became the masters of the world, they experienced a contention with the Byzantines, and the Byzantines could not stand there for long. And then an emperor from the Ottoman Empire, Muhammad al-Fatih, was successful in collapsing Byzantine Empire. When he conquered Byzantium, shaped Islamic diplomatic traditions along Byzantine lines. The Ottomans were there long ago. Byzantium fell. Another name given to it earlier was that of Constantinople. And when Muhammad al-Fatih took over Constantinople, he gave it the name of Istanbul, the Turkish world. And in fact, the Muslim emperors laid down the principles on it. Diplomacy was based for the centuries to come. It went along, and it went along very successfully, because the Muslims were not dealing with the city-states as was the case with the previous rulers. They were not even dealing with those unitary states. Yes, they were dealing with federal states, but they were dealing with something more than a federal state. So the kind of addition that they made to diplomacy were unique. We not only talk about the size of the empire and so the interaction of the diplomacy, but we also talk about the rise of knowledge. We also talk about the development of human institutions. And yes, diplomacy found its own horizons and developed in unique measures.